welcome to the channel. Guess I'm gonna start this YouTube thing out. Try something new. Just an introduction. Show y'all my little fleet. I guess this is a thing that started me off with wanting to have power and speed. This is my 1978 Chevrolet Nova, also known as Vegeta. Ran this car for a while. It's been up and down. But 2026, we're gonna get back on the track. Not sure what I'm gonna do yet, as far as I'm gonna keep it naturally aspirated or go nitrous, or I want to throw a turbo on there, so might be seeing me doing that. Ain't nothing on the inside, man, just my little racing panels and stuff. Wiring I gotta clean up. My wheels for my dually. Bring around to my second joint. My dream truck, 1996 Chevrolet C3500. I always wanted me an OBS dually. Took me, I don't know, 5 years to find one that was in decent condition. Clean truck. No rips on the seat. Headliner still intact. Got all my stuff in them, my tools and everything, so discard that. And what I'm working on the most, I've had this car since 2013. This is my 1985 Chevrolet Nova. Scratch that. This is my 1985 Chevrolet Monte Carlo CL. Not an SS. None against SS's, but I really don't like them. The LS is okay with the Euro grill. This car has had, I think, 4 engine variations in it, and this is probably gonna be the final one. Let's swap this deal. Yep. Got my list storage house where I keep my tools and stuff at. My trailer. Got to clean up some. It's my daily driver. I've had newer cars, but I'm from the belief of you don't have to buy brand new cars all the time. I think my most recent car was a 2016. That car was 2004. Bought it with 73,000 original miles on it. Can drive it anywhere. The point of my channel is to show people who, I guess, make normal money, not rich, or you necessarily got to be 6 figures to be in the car game. In my life, I've been 6 figures. I've not been 6 figures. I've been 6 figures. I've not been 6 figures. But throughout that whole process, majority of the time, I've had at least those 2 cars that I showed you, that Nova and that Monte Carlo. At one point, I had 13 cars. Yes, 13 cars at one time, and it was crazy. Just stuff I accumulated, and 85% of it drove. I crank it up and drive it. I kind of downsized my fleet, or whatnot, if you can call this a fleet. But I've never really put a lot of time into just one vehicle and getting it to completion. So hopefully that's what I'm gonna do with my 85 Monte Carlo. Show you a few things on it and show you what I've changed, what I'm doing currently, and just to encourage you guys to, let you know you can do it yourself. It doesn't take a lot of money. People ask how I learn to do certain things. I tell them I'm a graduate of YouTube University. You got a lot of creators who show you how to fix on things and do certain repairs and do things that you've never done before. And I'll go watch 3 or 4 hours of it before I try on my own. You also got your friends and your family. I got my brother, he helped me all the time. I got my little cousin, shoot stuff, past him. He give advice and whatnot. Got friends in the racing communities I fool with. I don't fool with a lot of folks, but, ask them things. And, I'm just here to let you know you can do it on your own. You don't have to have Snap-on tools and Cromwell tools and all that. Nothing wrong with it, but, it's okay to have a Harbor Freight Pittsburgh socket set, or, Cobalt tools, or, stuff from Home Depot and Lowe's. You don't have to have all that, but this is just an introduction to my channel. Let y'all know who I am, and what I do. And, hopefully in the future I'll be bringing you guys some more videos and showing you some things, and maybe just not teaching you as much, but encouraging you to do your own thing, and let you know that you need money, but you don't have to have all the money to achieve, your goals. All right, y'all. Just a bit about me. I'm a Mississippi boy, Mississippi born and raised. Went to school here, college, started my career here. Moved to Louisiana for like almost 4 years. Came back, still in Mississippi. Unlike others, I love my state. I love what we do. I feel like there's no place like Mississippi in the world. Even when I wasn't living here, I always craved to come back and do things on the weekends, because, this is where I'm from. As far as cars, man, I just like to say this. You don't have to follow everybody else. Could I have me, I don't know, a new Camaro SS or whatever the newest year is? Yeah, I could. Could I have me a, High Country or Denali truck? Yeah, I could pay for it. And, but as far as vehicles, that's just not me. Hopefully from this channel, you can see that the average person can achieve his or her automotive goals without having to break the bank. I've had highs and lows in my life. Hell, I've been 6 figures, been back down to making nothing, unemployed, to making, all right money, back to 6 figures, and, back down again. Life is what it is, but the thing that never changed in me was my love for cars. Throughout all of that, I've consistently owned most of my stuff. At one point, I've had 13 cars. 13, and I really wasn't even making that much money then, but, the country boy in me hustled and bartered and did things, and a majority of my money that I bought car stuff with didn't come from my job. It came from hustling. I used to buy and sell things on eBay. I would buy cars, break them down, sell parts. I would buy parts cheap, know if it's something somebody need, and, make me a little profit off of it. Nothing too crazy. I always price my stuff so that I can move it quick. Don't like having inventory around. I'm a graduate of YouTube University, man. That's why I tell people, anything I learned on cars, or a lot of stuff I learned on cars, will come from YouTube. And, I had people along the way to show me things, friends, family, me and my dad, man. First car was a 1978 Oldsmobile 98 Regency. Had a 403 in it, and me and my dad pulled that transmission out twice. And that's why I have no inhibitions about pulling transmissions now. I just hate the smell of transmission fluid, but other than that, I don't have a problem pulling them out because first thing I ever done on the vehicle. You can do a lot with a little, and you can do a lot just by learning on your own. I've applied this in everyday life, from cars to building guns to building PCs to doing home repairs. Man, it's a lot of stuff you can do on your own, and not have to call anybody else. And that's just a country boy in me, you know. A lot of you guys have, it's no shame in calling people, but I don't like to have to call people to do things. And it's not about the money, it's about convenience, and you're always on somebody else's time. And that's the thing in the car game. You know, I learned to, I'm gonna give you an example. I had a partner, we were cool for years, and, you know, I always relied on him to do certain things that I didn't learn on my own. And, you know, people started acting crazy and funny, and I learned how to rebuild carburetors on my own. Now I can rebuild a carburetor with my eyes closed. More or less what I'm moving toward now is getting away from carburetors. I still run one on my Nova. Not sure how long that's gonna last, but, you know, and I always be a fan of it. I'm gonna actually do me a build one day to where it's just strictly, nothing new, just old school, conventional headed small block Chevy motor. And, you know, without all the fancy stuff, you know, HEI distributor and all that jazz. But, you know, welcome to the channel, man. And I hope that I can encourage somebody to, you know, stop thinking it take a lot of money and, you know, get on their grind and try to start doing things themselves. All right, y'all, I'm out.